Welcome back. We are once again looking at a Twin Reverb reissue. This is a customer amp that has been rehoused in a beautiful enclosure. I've been told this amp has no sound, so let's go ahead and dive in, see what we can find. Okay, so I've tested all the tubes. The preamp tubes look like they are on the verge of being bad according to my tester. They're in the questionable zone. Again, for a tester like I'm using, that's a mutual conductance, old school style tester, it can only definitively tell you if a tube is bad. So anything in that gray area, you got to just kind of trust your ears and see how the amp is functioning. All the power tubes tested well into the good area, so I doubt it's one of these. If we are really seeing no sound on this amp, it's either that one of these tubes is actually bad. Although then we would see it on one of the channels or the other, unless it's the phase inverter tube. Or we are seeing a situation where a grid stopper is possibly bad. Something that's in the signal path has shorted, or rather failed open. We know we don't have a short because the fuse is good. I checked the fuse, it's the proper size. Let's go ahead and pop open the doghouse here and see what kind of caps we're looking at. Make sure there's no visual signs of leakage. And just as a way to give the customer a heads up on whether they're going to want to think about budgeting for a cap job down the road, or if it's been done recently. Okay. So we are looking at the original IC caps. Looks like this one is even vibrated loose from the silicone to hold it in place. So there is a possibility that we have a bad solder joint or something on this guy too, if it's wiggling that much. But no bulging, nothing else going on there. I'm going to just measure that real quick. Check those resistors out. Just while we're here. This hasn't been powered on in a long time, but we'll still check for voltage real quick. Go ahead and move this into view. Okay, so no voltage. Let's see if our resistors in the power supply. Although I believe the customer said it powered on without issue. So it's not likely this is our issue. Well, it looks like there was a dead fly in there too, so that's fun. I don't think that's our problem though. We'll get that guy out of there. Okay, I'm going to put this back together and we'll flip the amp over and take a closer look. Okay, so we're into the circuit side here. I'm going to take a look at a few things that could be likely suspects, or just while we're over here, although these resistors would not cause there to be no sound. It would just sound a little funky, kind of like some distortion. It would take resistors going out on all of the tubes to cause a no sound scenario. Just going to double check these while we're here. But what we will probably do is power up with the current limiter, the light bulb limiter, and then do our test of measuring voltage at the plates and then the grid, moving our way back through the amp, and then see where the pops that you would hear from that measurement stop to isolate the area where we have an issue. Let's go ahead and test that fuse. Looks good. I believe that's for the heater supply for the tubes. Nothing else on a visual check is looking too suspicious. Nope. Don't want voltage, we want resistance. Okay, I believe these are our phase inverter resistors there. Just looking for areas where we would see high heat to see if anything's standing out. Okay. Again, have an original IC cap there. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and power this up on the current limiter, and we'll see what kind of pops we get out of this thing, or any sound at all. All right, so we're hooked up to our current limiter and dummy load, actually going through an attenuator to a speaker cabinet. And I actually have the attenuator side bypassed right now, so we're just going straight to a speaker cabinet through the attenuator. We're going to turn on with the current limiter here and see if we get any kind of sound at all coming out before we take some voltage checks. Okay. So current limiter came up pretty quick. It got bright and then very dim. And I'm just touching the end of a cable that's plugged into the input. Not hearing anything, and it actually looks like our indicator lamp is not on. So I wonder if we have a problem with our heater circuit. Okay, let's do some voltage checks here. Okay, so let's measure some of our voltages on the preamp tubes here. Let's see. Pin 1. Pin 6, we have plate voltages. I wonder, do we have heater voltage? So let's check. We're going to AC. We're going to check the furthest guy down the line. It does not look like we have our heaters, which means these tubes are not going to light up. Although they're going to have plate voltage applied. Now, so by testing at the very end of the line, I'm testing the whole circuit to that point. So let's test something that's a little bit further towards the input of that circuit. Let's see if I can rest this here. So we'll check a power tube. Nothing. Okay. No heater voltage. But I believe our fuse was good. So let's see if anything has it. We should be seeing, I can't remember if it's 12.6 or 6.3. Now it's possible that let's see, I wonder if our filament bulb is just blown out. I'm going to take a look at the bulb here real quick. Okay, so here's something interesting. I'm going to, I believe the heater wires from the transformer are these two green guys. And I'm going, I can just barely get my probes under there. 6.6 volts AC. If I go to the side of the fuse here, you can see I still get that 6.6. Now this fuse tested good. But when I go to the other side, I got nothing. Something is going on here. Is this fuse just not seated all the way? Okay, I'm gonna have to power down and check this out closer. There might be something going on either with this fuse or this fuse holder. Because it sure looks like that's what's going on here. That fuse seems loose in there. I think it's this fuse holder is the issue. Okay, I'm going to power down, take a closer look at this after I de-energize the amp. I think it might just be this fuse holder is having an issue. The spring tension is lost or something. So we'll report back in just a sec. Okay, so good learning lesson for everybody, myself included here. But I totally forgot that by measuring this fuse in circuit, we are actually going to see it as good because we're going to measure the actual windings of the transformer there. So if we measure between those 2 points, we get 0.5 ohms, which looks the same basically as a good fuse. Good fuse could be anywhere between, 0.1, 0.2, up to 0.5, depending on what's going on. Now, the fuse that was in here was in fact blown. I de-energized the amp, I pulled that fuse, I tested it, it was failed open, which is why we weren't getting any heater voltage to any of our tubes at all. Typically, if there's a wiring failure or something like that, you would still see voltage at the first couple. It would maybe have a break or a bad solder joint leading to something else. Now, I don't have these fuses in stock, but I luckily have a Twin Reverb that I need to work on for myself from the same era. So I was able to harvest some parts from that. We've got a new fuse in there, so we are now going to fire up with the current limiter, still hooked up to our dummy load and everything. And we should be able to catch with the current limiter if this fuse is going to blow again because there's some kind of short in our heater circuit. So let's see what happens there. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the current limiter now. And if the bulb goes bright and then stays very bright, we will know that there's some kind of other issue that needs to be addressed before we move forward. Okay, and it came up bright and is slowly dissipating. So I think we're probably going to be okay, but let's see what happens here. I'm going to measure for heater voltage as I did before. So we're on AC volts. We're looking to see, depending on the circuit, it could be 12.6 or 6.3. And it's going to read a little bit low because we're on the current limiter. But we're getting voltage there where we didn't before. Let's check on this side. 3.8, okay. Yeah, so we're about somewhere in the ballpark of half, a little more than we would expect. I'm going to grab a cable, instrument cable, and see if we're getting any kind of sound out of the amp now. Okay, and just touching the other end, you can see we do have sound. That's our other channel. Okay, so something caused our fuse to blow, and it looks like we still don't have an indicator light, which is interesting because I did measure that as well, and it looked like it wasn't failed short. Now that is in parallel, so we could still have operating tubes without having the filament bulb work. But I might grab another one of those if I have one in stock and see. I wonder if that failed and in doing so took out the fuse, but now it's just failed open or something, or failed in a way where it's not lighting up. Yeah, let's take some other measurements and see what else we may see here. Okay. And again, we're on the bulb limiter, so things will be lower than they otherwise would be. Let's make sure we have bias and screen and plate voltages. For all of our tubes. Okay, those all look good. And we did measure before, but yeah, you can see all the way back to So the very first node, I think you guys can probably hear that, but there's a little pop. That's coming from our first plate. So we know we have signal all the way through the amp because we're getting that pop. Okay, so I'm going to see if I have another filament bulb just in case to try that out, but otherwise we might be ready for a full power test. Now I am going to think about that before we fire up, because if there is something that's going to make this fuse blow, we're stuck until tomorrow when my order of these shows up. So we'll see what happens here. So the new fuse is in. We seem to have sound. Both channels seem to be working fine, so I'm just going to go ahead and give this guy a clean up, keep an eye on it to see if the fuse blows again. Our indicator lamp is now coming on too, so it must have just been the lower voltage from the current limiter. Yeah, at this point I'm just going to see if anything else fails, but otherwise we're going to call this guy good. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. We'll see you on the next one.